Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and yesterday I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions for me. I thought it would be good to answer some questions whilst I was getting ready. I'm not actually going anywhere because of what's going on outside. I've been at home for 3 days now, and as you can see I have this little one with me as well because he's not going to school, or actually he's not in school, he's in nursery, but I've decided to keep him at home just for our own personal health, and also I want to make sure that I'm okay because my parents are in their 70s and they live about 3 or 4 hours away from me, so I want to make sure that I'm healthy and I'm fit and I'm fine, we're both fine, because if worse comes to worse I am gonna go back up north and stay with them. So yeah, that's why I am self-quarantining, and it's just been a crazy weekend. I can't even describe how I feel. It's a mixture of anxious, a mixture of angry, a mixture of confused, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys are feeling like that. So I thought I'd just sit down, do my makeup, have some kind of normality in my life, even though I'm not going anywhere. And sometimes I feel like, what's the point in getting ready? But actually sitting down to do my makeup is quite therapeutic for me, and it's just a way of me kind of just calming myself down. Yes, darling?
I can't see the TV.
Okay, so I did prepare throughout all of last week, because just by watching the online news and seeing what's going on, I kind of figured that it was heading the way that Italy was. So I did prepare because, as you guys know, like, I am on my own with Aiden, so if I need to go out and I need to buy supplies, then I need to take him with me, and he goes everywhere that I go. So I wasn't prepared to, you know, keep going out and getting supplies. So throughout last week I slowly, like each day as I went out, I just bought extra that I needed. So I do have enough food for say a week or 2 weeks. So yeah, definitely didn't buy toilet roll though. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen when I run out. So yeah, I'm staying in. I don't care what anybody says. I think that by the way, I'm using the number 7 Hydra Luminous Day Lotion. Yeah, so I'm staying in. I don't care what the government says or anything like that. I do not want to be responsible for spreading or contributing to the spread. I do not want to, you know, be responsible for someone losing their life. I think the most responsible thing is to just stay in and help others where you can. So over the weekend, because I was at home a lot, I saw a lot of Korean makeup tutorials, and I was really inspired to do a similar look. So that's what I'm going to do today. And also I wanted to try like fringe, like bangs, so I'm going to see if that works out today. I might end up cutting my own fringe during this quarantine time. So yeah, who knows. First of all, I'm using the Becca under eye brightening corrector. I can't live without this. This is literally a holy grail right now. And then first question that I'm going to answer is, how do you get over a breakup and get your self-esteem back? Ooh, that's a really good question, because I feel like after a breakup the majority of people just loses their self-esteem. It can be for various reasons, but how do you get it back? I think the most important thing to do after a breakup is to accept what happened. I feel like a lot of people don't accept what happened, and they can prolong the heartbreak without realizing. I think that once you accept it and realize it is what it is, you can get on with your life. It just takes time. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. It's really hard, but it does just take time, and with time time will heal everything. And in terms of getting your self-esteem back, I would just do the things that you enjoy. I know that a lot of people like change their hair color, change their hairstyle, change their wardrobe, and if that brings your self-esteem back, then go ahead and do that. You can literally do anything to bring your self-esteem back. For me, how I got my self-esteem back was I went on holiday with my girlfriends. It was the first holiday away ever in my life that I was single. So obviously that holiday was completely different to any other holiday I've been on, and it was for me a time to be me again. Like, being a mother and being a wife, when you're at home all the time, you end up just becoming a wife and a mother, and I sort of lost myself a little bit. So when I went on holiday for the first ever time in my life as a single girl, I was just like, so this is what I've been missing out on. And it was actually really fun. Like, obviously I cared about Aiden and I was worried. It was my first holiday away from him, but at the same time it was really refreshing.
I guess for you.
Oh, thank you, darling. Where's my name? Draw your name, then. You know how to do your name. Draw your name. Thank you. As you can see, even just with a little bit of that brightener, it looks like I've had 8 hours sleep. No foundation, no concealer on yet. It just brightens up the whole complexion. So for foundation, I'm going to use NARS She Glow in Ceylon. This is light number 6. One of my all-time favourite foundations. If I'm having good skin, then I will go for this one. And if my skin is a little bit more blemished, I will go to use Fenty Pro Filter. So just all over my face. So the next question is, do you period crave? If so, what do you crave the most? When I'm on my period, I just crave McDonald's because I love fries, and McDonald's is like quick and easy and their fries are always good. So I always crave fries, and that was the thing that I craved when I was pregnant. When I was pregnant, sounds really unhealthy, but I craved fries every day. I had to have some sort of like potato, so whether it was crisps, fries, jacket potato, roast potatoes, I just craved potatoes. So for concealer, I've been using less foundation and more concealer. I've gone back to using Perny FX Perfect Liquid Concealer just because I had a lot of them lying around. Actually, first of all, I'm going to use some Decote lip oil to keep my lips moisturised once I'm doing my makeup. It smells amazing. Yeah, so for concealer, I've been using the Fishy Derma Blend. It's a really heavy duty concealer. It's so heavy duty that it can cover tattoos. Comes in a stick like this. So I've been using that to cover blemish and scars, and then I've been using my Perny Effect for under eye and brightening because it is a little bit lighter than my skin colour. So those two are the ones that I'm going to be using. And the next question is, what would you change about yourself if you could? This is a really good question. I would definitely change how impatient I am. I am a very impatient person, and the older I get, the more I notice it. I'm not sure why. Like, I feel like because I'm such a on the go kind of like get shit done, like just do things now kind of person. So when someone's kind of like not getting something or is kind of slow, I kind of lose my patience quite quick, which I know isn't the best way because like everybody learns and everybody does things a different way. But I do get quite impatient sometimes, especially when, I don't know, like if someone's late and you're meeting them, then I get impatient because I just feel like you're wasting my time basically. And what else do I get impatient with? I don't know, like I'm quite an impatient person in general, so if I did have to change anything, that is the main thing that I would change, because I feel like it doesn't, first of all, it doesn't come across well, and second of all, I feel like I don't realise I'm being impatient until I'm actually being impatient, and then and it kind of like click on, and then I realise I'm being impatient, and it's really not fair on the other person. So we're going to go in with some cream contour. I'm using the Benefit Hoola contour stick, and I use this very sparse. I don't really use cream contour as heavily as I used to do, because I prefer powder contour now for some reason, I just don't know. So the next question is, where did you learn to do hair and makeup? YouTube. I actually learned from YouTube, so just contour those areas, and then I just put a little bit down my nose. Oh, careful! You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? So for my face powder, I'm using the by Terry Hyaluronic Hydra powder. This is a very, very fine powder. I love this. And the next question is, are you open to a new relationship, or are you happy on your own at the moment? My answer would be, I am open to a relationship, but I'm not looking for a relationship. I genuinely feel like I don't have the time for a relationship, because my entire week is pretty much occupied, and that's why I'm not sure if you guys know, I think I did mention it before. I was basically seeing someone, and the reason why I called it off was because I just didn't have the time, and I don't like clingy people. So I don't know, I feel like a lot of girls would like that, but I feel like I'm the complete opposite. I don't like it when people are always texting you, or always calling you, or always wanting to see you. I think that's maybe because I have a son, and I have priorities elsewhere. But also I find that people who are my age or a little bit older, which is the kind of age range that I would date, they're looking for marriage, and they're looking to settle down and have a kid with, and I do want that someday, but right now that's not what I want. So in a way, I don't want to waste anybody's time. So yeah, so my views on dating is if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. I'm not like too bothered about dating. Dating is probably like the last thing on my mind right now, but I'm open because, you know, I think you need to be open as a person, and if I did meet someone, I wouldn't say no, but it wouldn't be something that I'm like eager to do. So like I said, I've been really enjoying powder contour, and this is the one I've been using. It's by Smashbox, and this contour palette is actually so good because the contour colors are really, really good. It's kind of like a ashy brown, so the shadow looks really natural. Then you have more of a bronzy brown, and then you have like a highlighting shade, which I never really tend to use kind of the lighter shade powders. I just prefer translucent powder. I don't want a yellow or kind of like a lighter powder under my eye or anything. But yeah, I'm going to go in with this shade, which is a ashy kind of like contour shade. I'm going to do my nose, and then I'm going to do my face. So first of all, my nose. And the kind of Korean makeup that I'm going for is quite heavily contoured. It's more of the kind of like, I know that Korean beauty and makeup is very natural and kind of like almost not wearing any makeup, but the kind of makeup that I'm going for is the opposite to that. It's the Korean version of a full face of makeup. I've seen a lot of girls wearing quite a lot of glitter on the eyes, quite heavy eyeshadow, overdrawn lips, and quite a lot of blusher. So it's quite like it's more like an Instagram Korean makeup rather than a classic Korean makeup style. So I'm gonna contour this area, which is really important, and I've seen lots of videos of Korean girls doing this, and I love doing this anyways, because when you have a higher nose bridge, naturally this area is going to be darker, so there's no point in just contouring down here. You need to contour in these kind of like socket areas as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So next question is, how do you deal with loneliness with you are by yourself? So I'm guessing like how do I deal with loneliness being being by myself? And I don't tend to feel lonely because I'm always with Aiden. When I'm not with Aiden on the weekends, I'm either working or I'm enjoying being by myself because I hardly get time to be by myself. So I hardly ever feel lonely. The only times I feel lonely is when it's like a special occasion, kind of like maybe New Year's Eve or Chinese New Year, or like a special celebration occasion and I'm on my own, sat at home. That's the only time I would feel lonely. But general like day-to-day life, if I'm alone, I just absolutely love it. Like I love being alone. Which sounds really, really weird. I think that's why I'm not dating, because I just love being alone, and anybody who takes up my alone time, I'm just like too much. My eyebrows, I'm using the Maybelline Ultra Slim eyebrow pencil in medium brown. So the next question is, are you still trying to teach Cantonese to Aiden? I'll let him answer that. Aiden? Aiden?
What?
Come here. Little come here. Do you know Chinese? Listen, sit. Tìm xích. Lấy
Lấy lọ hen.
Lấy kêu bên này.
Lấy lọ hen.
Lấy lọ hin. Lấy lọ hin.
Lấy
Lấy
hồn.
今日有冇去廁所？
Dạ.
有冇食 lunch？
Dạ.
有冇同 coffee 行街街？
Dạ.
今日有冇沖涼？
冇.
冇。出邊有冇嘢？ Oh, did you just burp? Filling my eyebrows, which I've been doing quite thinly. I kind of go through phases. Sometimes I like to do the full, kind of like microbladed, feathery, bushy kind of brow. Sometimes I like to do it just thick and straight, and sometimes I like to do it more thin. And for today's look, I'm doing. Are you okay? Yeah, Coffee gets a bit anxious when she thinks that Aiden's like hurt himself or something. I'm doing my eyebrows more thin today. Thin and elongated. The power of a good eyebrow. So I'm just going to use a bit of eyebrow mascara to I'm going to use a bit of eyebrow mascara to lighten my eyebrows and give it more of a goldeny colour, because that's what my current hair colour is. Just using a Pony Effects one. As you can see, it just looks a little bit lighter and a little bit more bronzy, which is more fitting for my hair colour. So for my eyeshadow, I'm actually using a blusher. This is the And Other Stories blusher in Jardinier Roselle. I'm going to try and find a link and put it down because I just literally butchered that name. So yeah, I'm going to use this like really bright corally colour. It's a blusher. I'm going to use the same colour for the blush. So I've just applied that blusher all around the eyes, on the under eyes as well. So the next step that I need to do is take a dark brown, and they go quite heavy on the contouring of the outer shadows. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it on the crease area on the outer corners, and at the bottom they go quite far down and quite low, so that's what I'm gonna do as well. Yeah, I'm using Max Espresso, which is kind of like a darkish brown. It's not dark but it's darkish. And then once I've done the eyeshadow, I can put glitter on. So the next question is, how do you keep in shape? And I get this question quite a lot, and the honest answer is I don't try to keep in shape. I haven't worked out in over a year, although I am doing, since I've been self-quarantining, I have been doing workouts every single night. Yeah, that's all I've been doing for like the past year. I haven't touched a gym or anything because I just don't have the time, and I don't want to commit to a membership and a monthly payment when I don't have the time, actually have the time to go. And my way of keeping in control of my body shape is through food. I can feel it when I've been overeating or when I've put on a little bit of weight, so I kind of like cut back on the food or cut back on the calories, eat more healthy. So yeah, my body shape is maintained through food and not exercise. So yeah, I want to film more what I eat in the days, more realistic ones. You know, I don't wake up and eat avocado on toast every morning and make it all pretty. I sometimes just wake up, have a cup of tea and then have an Oreo biscuit for breakfast, which is very unhealthy, but that's the reality when you have a child. Sometimes you just don't have the time to create a pretty breakfast. It's just whatever is on hand, is easy, and it's just something that's gonna give you a little bit of energy and fill you up until you do have the time. Taking the brown on the outer corner and the sockets of my eye. Also going to apply a little bit in the inner corners as well. I've seen a lot of girls do this, and I think it just creates some depth to the eye. Noisy motorbike. So next up, we're going to take this brown underneath and really smoke out the outer lower half, and bring it quite low as well. I've seen them bring it very, very low. So next up, I'm going to use some glitter. I'm taking this Pixie glitter quad. I'm going to take the gold colour here and then put some of that glitter in the centre of the eye. I've seen a lot of glitter on these kind of tutorials, and it's almost like a very K-pop kind of makeup. Definitely not your everyday wearable makeup. It's more kind of like Instagram K-pop kind of makeup. So now I'm going to take the waterproof clear eyeliner and draw a finish line, which I'm then going to use dark brown eyeshadow to go over to soften it and make it look a little bit more natural than black, but at the same time it's nice and intense still. So my next question is, how is the COVID-19 situation in London? Whew, it's bad. I don't think people realise how bad it is. There's still people going to school and going to work, which they don't have any control over. The government is not doing enough to protect people. I feel like the whole of England is currently confused. There's people who are like me, self-quarantining, and then there's some people who are still going out and enjoying their life, which I feel like is down to the government. It's down to the government to make a solid decision as what should be happening and put that out and take action, instead of just leaving the whole of England just being like, what is going on? Like, no one knows what is going on. People are still going to work, people are going to school. It's out of their control. You know, people need to make a living, so obviously they need to go to work, and then if they have kids in school, they still have to send their kids to school. There's just no clarity on the situation, and it's kind of like a guessing game, and the most that people can do is go onto social media and find out information and news, because the Prime Minister made a speech 3 days ago and no one's heard from him since. So it's just like, what is going on? It's all a bit of a mess. There's other countries who are locking down, protecting their people, and especially when it first broke out in Hong Kong. I have family in Hong Kong and I have group chats in Hong Kong, so I could see how bad it could get and how worried and how serious it actually is. So that's how I was able to prepare. But I think because it's never happened to people in England before, and they've never experienced anything like this before, especially the younger generation, so they are not that scared. So I've done my eyeliner and I smudged it out with a bit of dark brown shadow, and I've also, nearly dropped my phone, and I've also applied this Maybelline Chrome Extreme highlighter in the inner corners of my eyes just to brighten it up. As you can see, once the eyeliner is on, it makes all the difference to the eye look. It looks a bit kind of like wishy-washy before eyeliner. Once the eyeliner is on, it makes it look 10 times better. And then I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes and apply some mascara, and I'm gonna answer another question whilst I'm doing this. So next question is, what car do you drive? I love your sunroof. I drive a Range Rover Evoque, and there's I think there's 4 different models, but a sunroof is kind of like an extra. But luckily when I bought the car, I didn't buy it brand new. I would never buy a car brand new. I just think it's the biggest waste of money ever. I bought it second hand, and it already had the sunroof as a bonus, because the previous owner, there was only one owner, she had put in the sunroof when she bought the car brand new. So luckily when I went to see it, I liked it because of the sunroof, actually, because without the sunroof the car can feel a little bit claustrophobic. I'm going to use Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is the waterproof one, and I'm still using my eyelash serum, which means my eyelashes are still really long. But I did have a few weeks of having really short eyelashes because they were falling out, just because it was shedding season, not because I was doing anything different. Before the final eye step, I'm going to take some eye glitter. I'm pretty sure this is by Etude House, but I've had it for so long that all of the kind of like packaging has rubbed off. I'm just going to apply it to the inner corners of my eyes and the middle bit, so it kind of mirrors the middle top glitter. So just a few little glitter particles in the middle, and then in the inner corner areas. So next, again taking the same blusher, I'm going to pat it on really close to my eyes but really high up, so it's very Korean style. This is not a question, but hoping you and little Aiden stay healthy and happy. Oh, thank you. What's your hair colour? My hair colour is done in a salon, so I'll link the video that I went to get my hair done down below. And then let me find one that's question. My friend's boyfriend is married and has a child. Do I support my friend or call her out? Without a question, as a friend, you should support her, but at the same time call her out, because calling her out is actually supporting her, if that can make any sense. What's your top 5 makeup, hair and skin products? Wow, there's so many. I have so many. How could I only just pick 5? So I'm just putting the blush close to under my eyes and just down here. So top 5 would be eyebrows. I can't go without eyebrows, so I would have to pick a eyebrow kind of like pencil or colour. My favourite eyebrow is probably Benefit. I think it's the Archery, not Archery, that's Soap and Glory. Benefit the Slim Goof Proof, slim kind of like eyebrow pencil. I love that one. That one's really, really good. And then second of all, foundation. If I could only pick one foundation, it would be this one, Now She Glow. Third of all, a good cleanser, micellar water, Garnier, can't live without that. Number 4, moisturizer. Skin definitely needs a moisturizer. I like retinols right now, and also glycolic acids. And then number 5, I would definitely pick a good lip balm, probably like Carmex. But honestly, that is such a hard question because I have so many favourites, like so many. A lot of things I can replace, like shampoo, conditioner, oh, Olaplex. I cannot live with that. That is irreplaceable. There's nothing on the market like Olaplex. So that is irreplaceable. Everything else I feel like I could replace. So even if I didn't have this, I could replace it with another foundation. If I didn't have certain things, like, yeah, everything's replaceable really. So putting a blusher very close to my eyes and kind of like on the outer parts of my face. Can you see how dolly and Korean that looks? Kind of just like need a few freckles and then my look is kind of the final step. I'm gonna overline my lips and then apply a lipstick. For lipstick I'm using this 3CE matte in Warm and Sweet, and then I'm using a Charlotte Tilbury lip pencil, but I love it so much. It's teeny tiny now, and I don't know the name of it, but I'll find it online because if I see it then I'll remember it. But because it's so short, the kind of like name has rubbed off. Well, not rubbed off, I've like sharpened it and it's come off. But I'm gonna overdraw my lips so that the top one is a lot fuller, because I have quite a thin lip. But a lot of Korean kind of makeup tutorials and style, they have a really thick, kind of like a really voluminous, plump upper lip. So that's what I'm gonna do. So next up I'm going to use the lipstick. So finally I'm going to draw a little thick kind of like mole just at the bottom of my eyes, and this is the finished look. Let me go do my hair and then I'll be right back.